Everyone, Mckaiser Dragon here, and today we have some Diablo 4. So this is probably going to be a long video because we're going to go over some things. So I beat Diablo 4. How was it? Very stressful since I'm playing hardcore. Of course, it could have been a lot more stressful if I played War Tier 2, but I did not. It's, well, let me get started. This is not for, the regular people watching. This is to all the people that were on the credits list. I watched as much as possible all of the credits. I just let the credits play out and I enjoyed the music and the backgrounds. Wish it was a little bit more, but and to that I would like to say thank you all. Thank you everyone on that list for making Diablo 4, and will continue to make content for Diablo 4. It has been a very enjoyable experience to play through this game. I personally will give it a 9 out of 10. It may not be perfect, but it is a great game. The music, the visuals, the story, all very good. But now, for that one point you missed, is that I want more. You have showed me things and told stories and had this interesting combat, and I want more now, and I hope you keep delivering these amazing stories. I don't know how these stories will play out every 3 months, but it will be interesting to continue this journey. So before I move on with my thoughts, once again, thank you. There were a lot of people working on this project. A lot. And I know not everyone will be around here for the long run, but thank you. Now for more of my thoughts. I think the combat is it is different from Diablo 3. It's definitely different from PoE, Path of Exile. I'm just used to being able, since I played a lot of PoE, to just spam my skills and have finding ways to not have to default attack or basic skill in this game all the time. You can go out and about, show you a little bit of combat. I know it's not much, but this is level 50. I'm not sure how I feel with monsters leveling with you, but from what I played, it's not too bad. So yeah, I love the explosions. I'll turn this down while I play. The explosions are pretty good when you have your AoE. But then there are times where you have to just slowly kill stuff. Because your AoE skills are on cooldown. Now with better gear, you can mitigate that, but there's only so many sets you can get. And then I definitely need to dive way more into the Paragon and the glyphs. The leveling can get a little tedious after a while. So hopefully with the next battle pass coming out, they can work on something with that. As for what I want to see more like the towns and the fighting areas. They look nice, but there's two in particular that I've felt stood out way more, and I wish I could saw a bit more of that, which is I think like the first, I forget if it's the boss from Act 1 or the boss from Act 2, I'm not sure. I can't remember. But you go into this dungeon and it's a lot of flesh, rotten flesh, and a lot of spider legs moving and creepy. And this is a little bit of spoilers, but on Act 6 there was a it was basically blood rain everywhere, and everything looked a lot of dead stuff. People and demons. And I love the look of that too, so hopefully we get to see more of that in future expansions. I don't know, I can like show you like certain areas that's like it was cool, but it could have been more grotesque, it could have been more extreme. I like the snow area. Snow area is fine, but here it's like we got a swamp area. It looks great. The atmosphere is actually pretty nice, but I feel like it could have been more. It could have been more I guess a bit more creepy. I like the creepiness of certain things. Then we have this area. I kind of felt like some of the maps felt similar to like other areas, but just retextured. And then the bosses, at least for World Tier 1, bosses are, for the most part, pretty simple. There are 2 or 3 spikes where difficulty just seems to ramp up a lot from a boss or maybe some elites. See, this area seems like a swamp, but it's not really a swamp area. Oh, going the wrong way. I hope to see more grotesque monsters too. Monsters, demons. Oh, that's unfortunate. But yeah, something like this. Like, this is nice. But I feel like it is maybe gross. But maybe, you know, a few more bodies around. It just kind of feels the same, like you're exploring the same area I want to see something more from the area the more you move into it. To truly fulfill. Oh my god. We're in hardcore, we cannot die. Almost lost my character in the video. I will consume one of these. I'll get more. See, and then it kind of branches out and it kind of goes back to normal from the area I was just at. Maybe have some like blood splats sprinkled around. You know, not everywhere. It doesn't have to be everywhere, but it's like the zone ends and that's it. It's not influenced out of it, which I feel like it could have been. Yeah, and I feel like the combat can be a little it's kind of the same combat. Hopefully they do something in the next I would assume there would be one around here. Something to spice up the combat. Yeah, and yeah, some of the areas, the monsters just, I mean, they're not bad. Werewolves and wolves and bees, swarms of bees. But it's not like I feel like more could have been done. Like maybe the werewolves are like super bloody. They got like human parts wrapped around them. Or maybe like some of the wolves' eyes are cut out and dangling. Where can I go next? Just to show off some of the area. Let's go here. We're gonna take a small break so I don't lose any of this. You know, so now we're in a completely different area.
Not in town.
Okay, not in town. I'm sorry. Oh, so we see it kind of seems somewhat similar. Uh-oh. Big lag there. You know, different monsters, you know, different. It's a bit different atmosphere, but it kind of. It's just more of rocks and plants. I know it's gonna be like more difficult since it's like open world. That is a big difference between Diablo 3 and Diablo 4. This is open world. I do find myself a little bored of some of the areas after a while. Alright. Alright, enough of that. So my plans are to try to get top 1000 level 100 in hardcore. I'm not sure how that's gonna go. I feel like death awaits me before I can even make it there. If I do die, I will go back to what's it called, softcore, because I don't want the stress on me all the time. It is rough, and I want to enjoy, the world bosses and more of the game. It's a bit more restrictive when you're playing hardcore, and since I don't know what I'm doing, I have to be extremely careful. Yeah, we'll see if I can continuously play this game. I do find the combat to get a bit dull after a while, so it has been a struggle for me to get to even get to level 50, but I am very glad I beat the game. Other than that, yeah, I don't know. I hope this game keeps getting better. There's definitely more stuff they can add to make it much, much better. It still feels like it's lacking a bit of stuff, but hopefully that is filled in within the seasons. So we'll see how it goes. Diablo 4 is definitely worth it. And yeah, hopefully they do something. I don't know what they're gonna do. But hopefully things change. Hopefully there's not too many more nerfs. I do want to have fun with this game. I don't want to be playing, Path of Exile all over again where it's just a bunch of nerfs. We already had 2 big nerfs. Sweep the board. Of course some got buffed, but I want more freedom when I play my game. I want to play the game in my way. Definitely one last thing to add is the dungeons. I feel like the dungeons are kind of boring after a while because you gotta do the dungeon quest, or you gotta do the quest within the dungeon. So to kill, if you just want to run in and kill the boss, you can't. You gotta run in, do what it says, like kill all monsters, or go collect these 2 pillars and bring it over here to unlock the next section. And that's section 1, and then you gotta complete the quest for section 2, and section 2 after that, then you get to fight the boss. But then also some dungeons, they don't have bosses. You just do the 2 sections and then that's it. I would like to just see some dungeons where it doesn't have to be every single dungeons, but maybe just have a dungeon where you just run in, kill what you want, kill the boss if you want, and then the boss drops the loot. And that's it. And then also some of the story quests are kind of the same. Go here, do this, go there, do that. Yeah, it's not like a regular MMO where you have to collect this and collect that type of feel, but it does get repetitive after a while. So hopefully some different type stuff after a while. The world events are pretty okay. I know classes that struggle with AoE will have struggles with trying to save 3 people, or try to keep 3 people alive, or there's like 80% range units and then 20% melee units. and the range units are just circling around on the outside, shooting the people you need to protect. So you gotta go over to one side, kill them, but then the other side's killing the other guy, and you gotta go over there, kill them, and then guess what? You gotta wait for your AoEs to come back up, go to the other side, and then someone's gonna die. Half the time, I can't even save one person. So hopefully some more AoE will come on up. Hopefully do some different types of quests. And then there's also, what else is there? There's the strongholds, which is probably what I'm gonna have to do if I don't want to move on to World Tier 3 to get some either better equipment and some decent EXP, because they are always 2 levels higher than you. But that is a big risk, because they are a lot harder than regular bosses. So like I said earlier, some bosses, like two or three, maybe 4 bosses, and some elites will give you much more trouble than the regular bosses and regular elite monsters. And strongholds is a little step up from that. And there's like, you gotta do a bit more to complete the strongholds. It is a stressful time in hardcore, at least. At least in hardcore. Standard, I think it should be okay, because you can afford to die. I don't know if it resets after you die, if a stronghold will reset, or do you just... Oh yeah, in dungeons you come back to life, but you only have so many free times you can do that before you're kicked out, or you have to be sent straight back to the beginning of the dungeon. So maybe they do something like that for strongholds too. I don't know. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about this. I thoroughly enjoyed the story. I wish I enjoyed it a bit more if there wasn't this race going on, but oh well. So other than that, thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Check out my other YouTube videos. Check out Patreon. That is a longer video. I want to do a longer video because, like I said, a lot of work went into this and a lot of support. So once again, thank you. I'll see you guys next time. Dragon Abyss out.
どう考えても父の死は不思議なことだらけ。私は必ずその真相を突き止めなければならない。